Imagine a vast late Cretaceous plain under a wide, endless sky, where the wind whispers through tall ferns and the distant bellow of titans echoes across the landscape. High above, a shadow sweeps silently, wings stretching wider than any bird alive today. A silhouette so immense it blocks the sun for a heartbeat. This is Quetzalcoatlus, the largest animal ever to take to the air. A feathered serpent of bone and membrane that soared over a world ruled by dinosaurs, pushing the very limits of what flight could mean. 68 million years ago, in the Maastrichtian stage of the late Cretaceous, North America was a mosaic of floodplains, rivers, and coastal marshes. In what is now Texas and New Mexico, amid the sediments of the Javelina and Ojo Alamo formations, Quetzalcoatlus northropi emerged as the undisputed master of the skies. Named for the Aztec god of wind and wisdom, this Azhdarchid pterosaur stood as tall as a giraffe. When it walked up to 5 meters or more at the head, its long, stiff neck supporting a massive, crested skull and a toothless beak that could reach 3 meters in length. But it was the wings that defined it. Recent studies converge on a wingspan of 10 to 11 meters, 33 to 36 feet long, enough to rival a small airplane. Yet built from hollow, lightweight bones and covered in a fine pycnofiber fuzz that kept this giant warm and aerodynamic. For years, estimates swung wildly, from modest spans to fantastical 20-meter fantasies that would have grounded the beast forever. But biomechanical models, detailed bone comparisons, and fossils from Texas have settled the debate. Quetzalcoatlus was enormous but elegantly proportioned, weighing around 200 to 250 kilograms, about the mass of a large human, or perhaps a bit more in the biggest individuals. Its body was light for its size, packed with air sacs and reinforced struts that made powered flight possible. Launching wasn't easy. With such long wings, it couldn't simply flap from a standstill. Instead, it used powerful hind limbs and wing fingers to vault itself skyward, jumping up to 2.5 meters before the first massive downstroke caught the air and pulled it aloft. Once airborne, it became a master soarer, riding thermals and ridge lift like a modern condor or albatross, covering hundreds of kilometers in a single day at speeds up to 130 kilometers per hour. On the ground, this giant moved with surprising grace. Trackways and limb proportions reveal a quadrupedal walk, forelimbs folded like walking sticks, hind legs striding forward, allowing it to stalk across open terrain without dragging its wings. Picture the tension of the hunt. A solitary Quetzalcoatlus northropi strides through shallow wetlands, neck craned forward like a living periscope. Its beak probes the mud or darts into the water, snatching small vertebrates, hatchling dinosaurs, or invertebrates with surgical precision. No need for teeth. The sharp, scissor-like edges of its jaws sliced and gripped. Some researchers see it behaving like a supersized stork or heron, waiting, stalking, opportunistic, while others imagine it soaring high to spot carrion or live prey from afar. Smaller relatives, like the newly described Quetzalcoatlus lawsoni with its 5-meter wings, may have gathered in groups, but the true giants seem to have preferred solitude, patrolling vast territories in a landscape shared with tyrannosaurs and sauropods. How did such a colossus stay aloft? Flight mechanics studies show efficient gliding and occasional powered bursts, muscles tuned for endurance rather than speed. Its anatomy: long, narrow wings for low-drag soaring. A lightweight frame let it exploit updrafts over plains and coasts, traveling far to find food in a world of plenty. Yet this mastery came with fragility. Hollow bones meant vulnerabilities. A bad landing or injury could end a life quickly. Then came the end. 66 million years ago, the Chicxulub asteroid struck, unleashing fire, darkness, and a shattered ecosystem. Pterosaurs, already specialized, vanished alongside non-avian dinosaurs. Quetzalcoatlus, the last great flyer of its lineage, disappeared in the global catastrophe. No slow decline, but a sudden silence in the skies. Today, reconstructed skeletons tower in museums, wings spread in frozen flight, reminding us of a time when the air belonged to giants. Quetzalcoatlus wasn't just big. It redefined possibility, proof that life can stretch wings across impossible distances. In its story lies wonder. How a creature so massive could rise so effortlessly. How the sky once held beings larger than our dreams. As we look upward on a quiet day, feel the breeze, and remember, somewhere in deep time, a shadow passed overhead, vast and silent, the largest flyer Earth has ever known. And though it's gone, the wind still carries the echo of those enormous wings.